Fredbear's family diner closes instantly. The police still suspect William for the missing children's incident, which causes Henry to consider cutting ties with William while continuing the Fazbear brand. William has lost 2 of his children to his own creations, causing his wife to become emotionally unstable, leaving him. And with all of this, William begins his descent into madness.
So many days is yet to come. Too many times has come to pass. Too many moments put aside. Getting out alive. Getting out alive.
Despite the name, hurricanes are not the leading cause of death of the children of Hurricane Utah. This small remote city surrounded by mountains has an ongoing mystery with a twisted, dark story that's continuing to be unraveled. What really happened at Fredbear's? Where did all those children really go? Most importantly, what's next for Fazbear's Entertainment? Henry Emily thought for days, weeks, months. How can the business possibly come back from this? How can he fix all those issues and bring people in again? There were so many problems with the previous location. To name a few, the Springlock suits failed massively, killing William's child and being an extremely dangerous idea to begin with. The work-in-progress animatronics from Fredbear's need more time, as now Henry would be completely taking over their construction. William Afton is still a major suspect of the missing children's incident. Henry would not be so quick to work with him again, so he would have to solo it. The fact that the incident even happened in the first place was bad enough. They needed more security. Henry thought and came up with one easy, seemingly simple solution. Remove the problems that distort the Fredbear name. Instead of doing it solo, Henry needed to take Fazbear Entertainment to the next level in business by creating a team of hard-working managers, night shift workers, chefs, accountants, executives, and so much more. He would be able to fund this team with the profits made off of Fredbear's family diner. This new team had their first meeting and discussed what to do with the animatronics, and together they eventually decided to move the previous animatronics, such as the work-in-progress bear, bunny, chicken, and fox, into parts and services, a new room in the new location. The company began working on new toy animatronics, which they decided would be plastic-looking animatronics which weren't Springlock suits, but a normal suit with an endoskeleton inside, with fully functional fingers, wedge-shaped feet, eyelashes, and facial appearances reminiscent of a ventriloquist doll. They also wanted to include some new, unique, different animatronics to the brand, which they eventually created. A smaller, childlike animatronic which the children could relate to. Unlike the animatronics, this is more human looking. This animatronic held a sign in one hand, saying exactly what was being held in the other. This animatronic was called Balloon Boy. Now only 2 problems remain: William and security, which Henry vowed to solve on his own, as in his mind, only he could do it right. Upon thinking over several days while his company worked on this new location, which would be a juniors to Fredbear's, he knew William could not be attached to the company anymore. Having a man thought to be the murderer of 5 children, co-owning the restaurant, no, even being in their team, would be the worst look for the children's entertainment company with their specific demographic. So, Henry would need to sort some sort of security, some sort of way to allow everyone in, but keep William out. After several nights of coming up with different ideas, he eventually settled on one: a facial recognition system. If a human's eyes met with the toy animatronics, with the right designing and coding, they would be able to tell whether you were William or not. There was no doubts this wouldn't work, so Henry began making and then putting his idea into motion. Henry wanted nothing more than the safety of his customers. He wouldn't want to lose all those kids and watch all their lives be taken away. And unlike William, this brought a thought to his mind. He thought of his darling daughter Charlotte, or Charlie for short, and made sure that just in case the facial recognition failed, his daughter would be safe no matter. Henry loved showing Charlie his work and would love bringing her in the locations. But as soon as the missing children's incident occurred, he was always unsure of bringing her to the locations, or even just letting her anywhere near the creations. So, he created an animatronic that sat in a box, was held by strings like a marionette, and would specifically look out for Charlie, and protect her with security as its main priority. He called this animatronic the Puppet. Frustration, agony, instability. These emotions are what the psychotic monster that was William Afton himself felt. Elizabeth first, now Evan. His wife became unstable, but what about him?
The night of Evan's death, William went back to the now closed Fredbear's. He looked coldly at the animatronic that had murdered his son. William was filled with rage and wanted nothing more than to see Fredbear fall, so he grabbed whatever he could and began demolishing Fredbear. Ever so slightly, with each hit, the life was being drained out of the Springlock suit's eyes until it was a pile of animatronic dump in the same state as the work-in-progress animatronics. Destroyed or not, the damage Fredbear caused had already been done. The damage Michael caused. William blamed Michael for taking it too far, for causing Evan to cry inside the suit's mouth, causing Fredbear to kill him. Hatred filled William's veins. Hatred towards Michael that went so far that William wished it were him who got killed by Fredbear. After the longest weeks of William's life, he heard news of a new location run by Fazbear's Entertainment opening, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Upon learning the news, his adrenaline spiked. William thought he paid for what he did to those kids with the loss of 2 of his own, so maybe now he would have some luck. This was his chance at a comeback, a possible distraction from everything, an escape from the pain and a glimpse into the light. William drove to this new location, Henry waiting his arrival at the front door. William got out of his car and headed towards his new opportunity.
Come on, you know you can't be here. Don't make this more difficult than it has to be.
William's excitement turned into shock, his stomach screaming thanks to what felt like a gunshot.
Henry, we're the co-owners of this franchise.
William says in confusion.
Where?
William mutters.
Are you kidding me? After everything.
You mean after everything you caused, which you're responsible for, including killing those innocent kids?
William opened his mouth to deny.
Don't even. We can all see the truth in between the lines, William.
Henry, I need this. After all that's happened to me, I've suffered long enough.
You're not the victim here, William. I started this shit from scratch, with my bare fucking hands. I'm not risking you tearing all that hard work down, and hurting more innocent people.
William expresses to Henry that
The business will fail without me. I need to come back.
and without hesitation, Henry sends William away once more.
Please. Just please leave the premises, old friend.
And with a misleading grin on his face, William complies. He gets into his car and drives away slowly. Henry won the argument and stands with joy as he finally sees relief that he's gotten the final problem out of the way and can now begin to move forward. William raced dangerously down the streets, fueled with rage. He thought for the entire drive home what to do next, until suddenly he got that feeling he felt ages ago, that strange, unnerving urge to kill, and within seconds William thought of the perfect target. Charlotte Emily was the daughter of Henry, and who William now wanted to get rid of. The words echoed in his head.
Everything you caused, which you're responsible for.
But now his daughter would die because of him. Frustration, agony, instability, all what Henry deserved to feel in William's mind. But unlike Fredbear's, this would be extremely difficult to kill anyone, as there's an entire new security system in place against William specifically, and to make it harder, specifically to protect his daughter, the puppet would be out of its box, keeping Charlie safe before William even got close to the door. William thought overnight, planning what he would do and how to avoid this issue with the puppet, which is when a realization popped into his head. The puppet is dependent on the box being open, so what if the box was closed shut, essentially trapping the puppet inside? William played the situation out in his head over and over. If Charlie leaves the pizzeria while the puppet is trapped inside, then who would be there to see him grabbing her and murdering her in cold blood? No one. This was when he crafted his plan, and the next day put it in motion. One night, a group of bullies trapped the security puppet in its box, and coincidentally, Charlie was stuck outside Freddy's. Preparation met its opportunity as Charlie tried to run away to find a way to escape, until a car pulled beside the alley and a man got out of it. Charlie ran to William as she knew who he was after the many times Henry and William met with her there. Charlie grinned until William pulled something from behind his back. William killed Charlie in the alleyway outside of Freddy's. Her body lay numb in the rain. He thought to dispose of the body and get rid of any evidence, but it was hailing down with the rain. The fingerprints would be cleared off, so he felt no need. So he walks away and gets into his car, driving off happier than ever. The revenge was bittersweet. Now Henry would finally pay for pushing William away and making his life even more of a hassle. The puppet knocked its box wide open and knew where Charlie had gotten to, its only mission being to protect her and bring her back inside. It went outside and tried to get to her, but kept breaking down due to the heavy rain. It found Charlie, and upon seeing its mission was a failure, it rested by her and wouldn't move. Henry couldn't find her, Neither could the police. This was all too familiar, another missing child. Henry went to look for the puppet, her protector, and found its box pushed wide open. He then went outside and found its body lying dead on the ground. It was damaged and there was something next to it, which Henry immediately knew who it was. Henry wasn't stupid. He knew it was William who did this. Nights after he was pushed away, Henry was enraged and began thinking whether the business should close or not, but no, he would be proving William right if he did that. So instead, Henry goes on a well-deserved break and lets his team continue working on the location in his absence.